What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Past the Pop Culture. My name is Ricky with my co host, Mr. Fen here.
Hold on.
All right, so today we're going to do a little bit more just some gaming news, just some general talking points, I guess, just to kind of see what's going on in the gaming industry today. Yeah, so at the time of recording, quite recently we got some new Pokemon news. So I don't know. It felt so quick because we had Pokemon Arceus come out recently, and I was unsure if they were gonna do another Pokemon game this year. I know you, Fen, you were mentioning how that they're probably gonna drop another one.
Yep.
I don't remember too much about the past episode, but yeah, I know you were saying like, okay, this is kind of like this is going to be the new standard, a new Pokemon franchise. Essentially, they're just kind of revamping, restarting everything back up, and you called it essentially saying
Thank you. Thank you.
this is yeah. So you
I'll
did
take
call it
I'll
saying
take
that
my $1 million, please.
that Pokemon Arceus is going to be essentially the framework that we're going to
hmm
be working with now in these Pokemon games. So the new Pokemon games, Scarlet and Violet, is going to be set in Spain. Most likely, that's what everyone's saying. That's the
hmm
rumor. Is that the region's potentially Spain? I like that idea.
hmm
I actually really like that idea. What's your thoughts, Fen?
I'm okay with it, especially because like they kind of did a little snippet of how it
Mhm.
looks and like the main characters is like it's definitely not somewhere we've been before. And like
Yes,
if it is in
and
Spain, like the potential,
mhm,
like man, I mean I don't know how much new Pokemon they're gonna be, but if they're like kind of
mhm.
like based on Spain, it's like that's gonna be very interesting.
Yeah. I love the new starters personally. I think all three of them are really, really good.
Who are you gonna pick?
My favorite, the grass one. I
I
always
knew
go
it.
with grass, but it's like the fire crocodile, dude. Like just the
What's his
big
name?
chonker,
Faroko?
man. Yeah, but
Quackly?
it's like, dude, I'm like, this is amazing, bro. Like when
hmm
I saw their designs, like they were really good. I feel like they kind of harken back to like that old Pokemon design where they're just like they're chonk. He's a
Yeah, I was about to
chonky
say it's a
boy, dude.
chunky crocodile or alligator.
Yeah, I like it when they're kind of chonk and they're fluffy, dude. Like
hmm
that's Pokemon to me. And so I really enjoyed how the starters look. Until I get to see their final evolutions, I won't make my decisions till then. But typically, I go with grass starters. That's I don't know why. I've just always done that since I was a kid. Um, I think it's because my brother would go water, and then like I think one of our other cousins or you were like
You go
fire,
fire,
and then
yeah.
I was like, well, I'll take grass so that we can breed them all. And then I don't know, I've always liked. It's because like I always liked Bulbasaur, so it's
hmm
like I always felt like since then I just go with the grass Pokemon. There's really that's I think that's my tradition. I think everyone has their favorite starter, but yeah, there's always that. But the there's a lot of potential here because they're talking about they're going to try to do like a seamless open world so that you just
hmm
go from one town to the other. You can explore it. There's Pokemon all along the way there, in the towns, up to the towns, in the open areas. So I'm very excited to see that. I think that seamless open world idea will definitely benefit Pokemon.
hmm
Arceus, like you said, seemed to be kind of the framework. I think though that's kind of interesting that they started this game. I don't know how long it's been in development, of course, but they started this game, and they luckily they saw that there was a positive reception to Arceus. I
hmm
just wonder, like, if they knew the open world formula would have worked, or because we've seen it with
Mm.
like Sword and Shield, and people were not very happy with the way they did open world. But it wasn't really open world; it was just one area that you played in,
hmm
and so I wonder, like, because they had two different teams working on this. I wonder, like, if there was a backup, if people weren't receptive to Arceus, like if people didn't like it. I mean, maybe they just knew they had like a banger, and they're like, "This is great.
Yeah,
This
I
is
think that's what it
Arceus." Like,
is.
I don't know if they knew that, but as I don't know, it was a very risky move, and because Pokemon's not a risky company, they don't start just doing anything for any reasons.
Well, till now, yeah.
Um, and yeah, like now they're forced to evolve as a company and
hmm
like move past like the traditional Pokemon formula. So I'm glad to see them kind of taking a bit of risk. It seems like it's paid off for them so far. Everyone seems to be enjoying Arceus for the most part. I have seen a few complaints. I don't know about you, fan, that people did not like the character designs. I wanted to get your opinion on
Oh,
that though.
yeah.
People weren't too keen on the art and the design and the graphics
But
of
see,
everything.
again, it's like, I mean,
Pokemon's
maybe if they're
Pokemon.
complaining like the aesthetics of it or something, I don't know. But
Hmm.
again, it's Pokemon. You're not there for like HD 4K realistic fur on people's
It's
skin
not gonna
or
look like Elden Ring.
yeah, it's not gonna look like Elden Ring. It's gonna look like Pokemon 1993.
Yeah,
It's like it's not gonna really
and
change.
I don't know. I feel like the Pokemon games have never been one for graphics. I
Yeah.
think personally my favorite is either like the Game Boy Color or
Mm-hmm.
games that were on the Game Boy Color and that have that palette, or Pokemon Black and White is probably my favorite
Mm-hmm.
art styles that they've gone with. I really like Arceus and stuff like that, but there was just something about the aesthetic of the pixels that just
Yeah.
I'm a big pixel guy, 2D pixel games, so I'm biased in that. But I just think that this is a really big problem with Pokemon is that everyone always complains about the graphics. I used to complain, sometimes I still do, where I feel like they were just kind of lazy on certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
But I think what matters most is the aesthetic.
Yep.
And we were kind of shown that. I can't really make a decision just from like, a couple minutes of footage. But I know a lot of people are complaining that the characters themselves they look too realistic. I guess some people were saying that
Oh
like the
my
designs of them
gosh.
were either too realistic or it was like it's kind of funny because some people were saying it's too realistic, some people were saying oh they look kind of like weird, and then uh I actually like their like designs. They look like
Yeah.
they're kind of like rangers or like
Yeah. I was like, what's
cool
wrong
kids.
with them?
Yeah, but some people didn't like it because they're like, "Oh, well, it looks too realistic. It's not like that anime kind of like style that you would
Oh
get
my
normally with the Pokemon characters."
gosh.
So there's always going to be complaints, but I don't know, Fen. I'm guessing your take is like it's a bunch of baloney. I think that's pretty
Well,
much
it
the whole
is. It's
thing.
like you're never. I mean, Pokemon's gonna keep trying things, and half people are
Hmm.
gonna like it, half the people aren't. I think like as long as the game works, everyone should like not complain. I mean, that's why Arceus was good because even though it wasn't like HD or
Hmm.
whatever, it worked. There's no frame drops. The water wasn't like blowing up your Switch. Everything worked. It was quote unquote almost seamless, just for like that one load screen. But it's like people are still gonna
Yeah, for the
complain.
most part.
Like, where's
It,
my 4K graphic rock or something? I don't know. It's like,
it,
what do you
Yeah,
just
as
play
long
the
as the
game?
aesthetic is there for me, I think
Yeah.
that's what it is. I think when people are complaining like, "Oh, it's GameCube graphics," like, bro, you don't remember GameCube graphics.
Yeah, when people say it looks like PlayStation graphics, no, it doesn't.
Yeah, and I actually really like the PlayStation graphics, right? Like when they did that Bloodborne demake,
Yeah,
I
that's
really
cool.
liked the graphics, and I think it went really well with it. And I'm like, dude, it's fine. Like, just
But see,
relax
like
on the
that's on
graphics thing.
purpose. I feel like the game, like
Yeah.
like Valheim, it's on purpose, and like that aesthetic is like perfect. Like if Pokemon's trying to
Hmm.
look bad, but it looks good at the same time, if that makes sense, then
Hmm.
that's fine. But if they're trying to make it look good and it looks like dog water, then it's then that's bad. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah. Then
like
I can see the complaint, but like they're purposely making these characters the way they are so that they can save themselves on cost, even though they're like the biggest, company in terms
they
of
gotta save
like
money. It's
like
tough
they're more
times.
more money than Hello Kitty and like all these other like mascot stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like they have the money, but it's just again the time. I just wish that maybe they would put more time between each games because it just feels like oh I just got Diamond and Pearl. Oh I just got I
Hmm.
you know I just got Arceus. Now we're getting this one, and it's just like I think that if they are kind of just like slow down the pipeline, but unfortunately they can't slow down the pipeline.
Yeah, they'll die.
They're a multi-billion-dollar company here. They're not going to do that. So I don't know. It's supposed to come out late 2022 though. So we'll be seeing on that. I'm assuming holiday. They always come out around
Yeah, like
holiday, like
November,
November.
October.
Yeah,
Probably
probably
when
like
did
November 18th or
Shiny Pearl
something.
come out? December? No,
Um,
November.
yeah,
Right?
I
Yeah.
think yeah, it
It's
was
probably gonna come out then.
November. Yeah, so they typically come out November. They usually come out a little bit before Black Friday and all the holiday shopping gets done and stuff like that.
When
So,
Call of Duty comes
yeah,
out.
we'll be looking forward to it. But yeah, I don't know. I am very excited for that.
I am
But
too.
in in terms of like wish list, what do you want from the game? What do we want to see from this Pokemon game?
I just want it to be fun. I mean, like, if it can capture Arceus, I do already
Hmm.
notice that there looks like there's a lot more Pokemon in the field. I don't know if it's just like that
Hmm.
one shot that showed more Pokemon, but I did like
Hmm.
that the cities are huge. It's not just like small building.
Yeah.
It's not just one city like an Arceus, but Arceus on
Hmm.
purpose. So I can't bash that. But like I'd like that it's gonna really hopefully make you feel like you're in the Pokemon world. Especially because
I
like they're
yeah, I
gonna try to do
really
seamless. It's like I really hope
yeah.
it's just
The
good.
immersion for me is probably the most important thing.
Hmm.
And that's like, I think that's what every Pokemon fan is chasing is the immersion.
Exactly.
Like you
Yep.
want to feel like you're actually with these Pokemon.
Hmm.
I hope they keep the combat system from Arceus for the
Yep.
most part. I think it's a really good system. If they want to iterate on it and make it slightly better somehow, then
Hmm.
shoot, go ahead. I hope to see the cities feel a little bit more lived in. You know, a
Hmm.
little bit more people. You know, things walking around. I liked Arceus because yeah, like you did kind of have like a little bit of city, but it still kind of felt like there's more to add to it. They can do a little bit more, especially because we have modern times with like larger cities.
Hmm.
Um, I would love to just like walk in and see like Pokemon battles happening, and like you can join
That would be
them.
cool.
You know what I mean? Like I think like it'll just be cool. Like there's just people battling in the middle of the street and they're having fun, and then you can see them and you're like, hey, you want to battle? And then you can battle too. Um,
That'd be cool for
that's I think that would
multiplayer.
be yeah, that'd be
Like
pretty
just imagine
fun.
like you're walking around the world and then like you see a trainer like
Mhm.
battling and then you go, "Hey, I'm next." I think that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, definitely. I don't know if I want Pokemon to incorporate more or less multiplayer. I
Hmm.
always enjoyed battling like my friends as a kid.
Hmm.
Uh, I don't really know what's the best direction to go for multiplayer though. But definitely as long as the cities feel lived in, you can even catch your Pokemon. Like you know how like sometimes there's like small little grass patches in like the cities and stuff like
Yeah, and
that.
there's like a
I think that'd be
Pikachu or
cool.
something.
Like yeah, you can just you can catch them, you can just I don't know, I hope there's like more life to it. That's all I want. I think in these cities I want there to be a bit more life because I feel like every time I go into a city it's like yeah, but like where's the gym leader? You know, it's like
Yeah.
where's the Pokemon center, and then where's the gym leader, and then that's all I care. I would like if they put more emphasis on exploring the city or kind of like making the world feel a little bit more lived in,
Hmm.
and I hope
If
they do that with this game.
yeah, if it's like Arceus, because in Arceus you can upgrade the main Jubilife whatever town. So I don't know if you got that far,
Hmm.
but like if they can
Yeah,
still
no,
incorporate
I
that, like
enjoyed that
have the
aspect.
buildings
Yeah,
change or something.
yeah, and I something that I enjoyed, like even with the guard, if you give him the Wurmple, he keeps the Wurmple with him. I
Yeah.
just thought that was a nice
Hmm.
touch. Like, oh yeah, I gave it to him, and
And
he's
it
holding on
evolves.
to it. Yeah, so like it's just I think that's cool. Like, oh, okay, like little touches like that, I
Hmm.
think will go in a long way. Um, yeah, and I think it'll be awesome. I hopefully that we get cool open worlds and a little bit more filled in.
Yep.
It's a lot to ask, especially from the Switch's hardware. So we'll see, we'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I'm already like drawn in by the
Yeah.
starters. I really
100%.
enjoyed the look of these starters. So
Yeah.
if they're starting out strong, it's always the starters, right? If the starters are going in strong, it's going to be a good game. But I don't know if you have any other closing thoughts before we get on to the next thing.
It's gonna be a long year of waiting for it. That's all I'm saying.
Yep, next thing to look forward to.
Hooray!
Yes. So kind of switching more into a little bit more pop culture stuff. We have Morbius, and I want to talk about that because the final trailer dropped, and I know this is a rough transition, but I just want to talk about Morbius for a bit because they finally gave us another date, April 1st,
Wait, yours
right?
said April 1st?
Yeah, mine said April 1st.
My
What'd you
trailer
say?
said March 31st. It's gonna get pushed
Did you
back
watch it
again.
on?
I
Did you
watched
watch
it.
it on the Sony?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I don't know. It said April 1st, but March 31st. Well, maybe mine was like some I don't know. Maybe I watched like the British version or something. I don't know.
It's gonna get pushed
But
back.
I
Confirmed.
don't know. So okay, 31st, April 1st, whatever. Oh, maybe it's a
It's an
April
April
Fool's
Fool's
prank, and
joke.
they're not even gonna release. Yeah, they're not
Oh,
even gonna release the
imagine
movie.
you're a little psych. We just filmed the trailers. That's it.
We got no movie here. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It's all an elaborate joke.
Oh. Also, I'm going back
Oh
to
my
Joker,
god.
guys.
I wouldn't even. I mean, going back to Joker, no, but I wouldn't even mind if that was the whole prank with Morbius. It was like, no, it never existed in the first place. Okay, but they finally released the first trailer. We saw, a little bit more, I guess. Like it kind of felt like they just kind of shifted around the trailer a bit, like
Well, they
from
showed
the other
more
ones they were
Michael
showing.
Keaton. That's kind of
They
the
showed a bit more Michael Keaton. I don't really know how big of a role he's gonna play because I haven't really been keeping up too much on the Morbius kind of like what's going on in the movie. I kind of
yeah.
want to go in more and blind react to it.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think that this is going to be kind of important because they are pushing it as like, oh, from the creators of Spider-Man
Spider
No Way
Man. Yeah.
Home and
Mm-hmm.
blah blah blah, and like, so I think they're really wanting trying to incorporate this into the greater Spider-Verse of things, like, the Sony verse, and I know there's been like a lot of rumors, like, oh, that maybe Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire, like there's some maybe an Easter egg, or
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna bring back the Amazing Spider-Man to do a third film, and that there might be crossovers and this and that. And I have no idea what's gonna go on, but I think a lot of what Sony plans to do is riding on this movie.
Yep.
I have a feeling like this is probably going to be pretty important. I think whether or
Yeah.
not how well the audience receives this, if they're just going to axe everything else or try to set up their own little Sony verse with, you're gonna have Venom, Morbius. What else are they supposed to be coming out with? I can't remember off the top of
Uh,
my head.
what's his name? Starts with a K. Oh my gosh.
Whatever. But
Craven.
Craven. Yeah, so they're supposed to do a few movies, and so I don't really know. I don't know how to feel about this Morbius movie. It's getting pushed back. It's getting pushed back. It looks decent. I know that the reception on it is like, just have it come out already. You
Yeah.
know, like I think everyone's just kind of exhausted. Like, just show us the movie. It's probably going to be bad. People are already going in with kind of like a low reception to it.
Right.
So, what are your thoughts, Finn?
In my like, here's my theory. I think it's getting pushed back so much because Venom 2, spoilers, they kind of connected it to
Mm-hmm.
the Spider Man verse. Because I think
Mm-hmm.
this Morbius was supposed to come around before that or like a little bit after. So they pushed it back.
Yeah.
Spider Man came out. They pushed it back
Mm-hmm.
again. And then
And then they
they
brought
moved.
up Venom.
And then they and then that like Venom's now in the Spider Man whatever. And then Doctor
Mm-hmm.
Strange got pushed back a little bit. And then the Morbius trailers went from like just being very speculative, and then all of a sudden there's a poster of a Spider-Man from I think Andrew Garfield's verse. So I think
Mm-hmm.
maybe they're kind of pushing it back because it's like, hey, let's change a scene or two, or let's start try to connect everything, and that's why it's pushed
So
back so much.
you think they reshot it
I think so.
for
Either
for
that
to
or
connect
like,
it to
yeah,
connect it more?
yeah, like maybe the end credit scene they keep changing it because I feel like they changed Doctor Strange already. They pushed back all the like the Marvel movies, so I feel like
Yeah, because they added in more characters into
yeah,
Doctor Strange.
they're like
You-
doing a lot of shuffling in the Marvel verse, and that's very interesting because it's
I don't
not
know.
supposed to
It's
be like
big
that.
moves. It's big moves. I don't know what we're really going
Hmm.
to be getting out of it. As in, like, what's in it for the viewer? Like, who are we going to see
I just
show
hope it
up?
doesn't
But yeah,
suck. Look, okay, okay. We saw the trailer, me and Mercedes, and I was like, okay, okay,
mhm,
it looks pretty good, look a little spooky. And then the
mhm.
stupid Marvel humor had to sneak in with the Pilates joke, and I just lost all interest. I was like, nope.
I don't know.
It's like if it's
It's one
if
of
it's
those
supposed to
things.
be
It's like it's the
scary,
give and the
let it be
take.
scary.
Yeah, I think because it's still rated PG-13,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah.
So they're not really going to be able to go off the deep end and, like, I would personally hope this Morbius movie does good, so that
Hmm.
when we get Blade, we can get a Morbius and Blade movie, and then that would
Sick.
be
That would
pretty
be
sick.
beautiful. Yeah.
Um,
Very
I'm
artless.
because I really like the idea of bringing Morbius in because we get the vampires, and
Hmm.
then that's where we work in Blade. And Blade's already been, talked about. They're planning on doing it. So I really hope that I'm praying that Morbius does well. I hopefully that we the fans are very receptive to it and that the movie's good.
Hmm.
I just don't know. I just don't know. I'm not gonna tell you guys like, oh, like the movie because I want to get Blade or whatever. Like, we're still gonna get Blade, but I don't know. I still think it'd be like, I just feel like I don't know. I feel like if Morbius doesn't do well, they're gonna change up something. I don't
Yep,
know. I
for
just
sure. And then you're gonna
have
start to
that.
see a lot of changes in the timeline again for Marvel. That's probably what's gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah, and then they'll probably just shift things around. If Morbius doesn't do too well, but I think this is the hard part of just having like this greater extended universe, especially spanning across multiple studios now at this
Yeah,
point,
it's
is like
hard.
just
Yeah.
trying to like line everything up. And
Hmm.
I think we forget kind of like how spoiled we are uh to do
First world
anything.
problems. Yep.
I mean, like in terms of like getting these characters all together, like because remember when like Supergirl was like crossing over with like the Flash and all the work that had to go into
Yeah, we're
that,
like, wow.
like and then everyone was like freaking out. We're getting these crossovers and stuff like that, or like just even like when someone made a reference like to Smallville or something,
Yep.
how people would freak out. They're
Yep.
like, "Oh, is it in the same universe?" Or and
Yep.
then like, and then people would go crazy. But I think that yeah, like now we're pretty spoiled, and a lot of companies realize, hey, you can make a lot more money
Hmm.
by having these combined universes or being able to kind of like switch them around so that they can kind of fit into the same narrative. I don't know, but it's gonna be interesting. I'm not looking forward to Morbius. I'm looking more forward to like
The reception of
how
it.
yeah, like the reception of it. Like I'm more interested to see like is this gonna be like another Black Widow where everyone's just kind of like meh,
Well,
or is it like is it going to be kind of like everyone's going to want to be burning Jared Leto at the stake because he's ruined another character
another
for them?
superhero or.
you know th- yeah, and
Oh,
I don't know, it's yeah, we'll see, I don't know.
I'm scared of it.
What's
I
your take,
don't.
man? You're scared?
Because it should be like a horror movie, and they should really
Mm-hmm.
emphasize that. Because I know
It's
they tried.
PG-13 then.
Yeah, I know, but I guess PG-13 could be okay. Because I know they kind of did that with
Mm-hmm.
what's it called, New Mutants. That movie
Mm-hmm.
was a little doo doo.
Yeah, I never saw that. I didn't even
Yeah,
I
I
kind of
saw
forgot
it,
that
and I
existed. Thanks,
was,
man. Thanks
yeah.
for reminding me that exists, man.
Sorry,
Oh
erase
man,
it from your
but
mind because terrible. No,
yeah,
but they should, like, it's a vampire movie, and like I think people will just
yeah.
see it just because it's like a vampire movie. And if
Mhm,
they don't really emphasize that, then this movie's gonna tank. Especially
yeah,
because Batman's coming out this week, and this movie is like in,
mhm,
I guess technically the same month, unless it comes out April 1st. But it's gonna have
mhm.
to, because Batman's supposed to be horror slash like spooky dark, and then Morbius is supposed to be the
Noir
same
kinda,
thing. Yeah,
yeah.
and now Morbius is like, hey, I'm a vampire and I gotta be dark as well. And it's like, well,
Yeah,
it
I
better
guess
not be
we'll have to
lighthearted.
see. Yeah,
The
but,
bat or the vampire? I mean, I guess they're technically both bats.
anyways, before we dig ourselves into a further hole, but, we're gonna get someone like, "Actually, no," but,
Actually,
yeah,
vampires.
I hope Morbius is good. That's what all I'm hoping for. But yeah, so I guess to kind of switch back to gaming news, I just wanted to talk about Morbius really quick.
Hmm.
But so something that I think is kind of interesting now is how well we got the Steam Deck now, right? It's
Yep.
been in people's hands now. It seems like it's getting pretty good reception for the most part. People are enjoying it. People are playing their Steam games on there. So Valve, they were talking to Gabe, and he was saying that Valve is thinking about working with Microsoft to
Hmm.
bring a PC Game Pass to Steam. So the point being is somehow being able to implement the Xbox Game Pass and kind of make it like just a PC Game Pass, and,
Hmm.
and try to get them to collaborate on that. So Valve isn't looking into getting or starting their own Game Pass. I mean, they're making buckets of ducats at this point. They're just making so much money from just being on Steam. I don't really think a Game Pass would probably actually hurt them in
Hmm.
terms of like how much money they can probably get off of everybody.
Hmm.
But they take like a 30% cut,
Hmm.
so it's a decent amount that Steam takes off you when you're putting up these games.
Right.
They're trying to bring the Game Pass to like the Steam Deck more,
Hmm.
and try to market towards that because in case you don't know, the Steam Deck runs on Linux.
Yep.
Windows, of course, is not Linux. so you can't like use the same stuff and download all the same things. There's a couple problems there.
Hmm.
So they want to try to see if they can kind of port that over and get things going on there. I just kind of want to know, like, what do you think? Is that a good idea? Of course, if you're listening in and you're listening to on YouTube, drop a comment. Let us know. Do you like the idea of there being like a PC gaming pass to Steam? But what are your thoughts, Fan? You think this is good for
Um,
gaming or no?
I
Because it
did,
seems like
yeah.
everybody's getting a pass now.
I don't know. Isn't like technically Steam like? I mean, you don't get games for free, but you can have an unlimited
Hmm.
catalog of gaming. And I mean,
Hmm.
I think probably why they're doing this because the people who made Steam Deck, they did say it's basically just a handheld computer, and they would
Yeah.
always say anything you could do on your computer at home, you could do on here. So
Uh,
maybe like that's the
they were
angle they're trying to do. But
Yeah, they
a
were
Game
saying like,
Pass?
well, the customers want it, so we're gonna try to give it to the
Mm-hmm.
customers. I don't really know how this fits in, like on their larger plans.
Hmm.
Uh, I
So
guess
so
they're doing it just
they're
because they can. I
oh
don't know.
so they're trying to have the Xbox Game Pass
Yeah, they're gonna
go
work with
on
Microsoft
to
that kind of gets like, yeah, their Game Pass going. It's just
hmm
essentially though, it's like it may not happen even. It's just it's discussions, they're talking about it. It be just
mm-hmm.
they're gonna try to maybe work it out, and then it's just maybe will just fall flat on its face, and they're just gonna be like, no, we're not doing that anymore. So it's not like a given, but I do think
Hmm.
that it's very interesting that because remember not too long ago we had Sony claiming that they wanted to put their own Game
Yeah.
Pass out with like Spartan or whatever it was called.
Uh-huh.
Um, and people were kind of like, "Oh, okay, but what about PlayStation Plus? What about PlayStation Now?" And people weren't too receptive to it. So I think it's
Hmm.
very interesting that Steam was thinking about kind of working with Microsoft, but I think a Steam and Microsoft partnership would be very powerful.
Yeah,
So
that's
I
huge.
I think it's more just about getting that working relation together and having something like this that's really going to give Microsoft the edge um, in terms of like their I guess their I don't want to say market share, but like how wide they are in the or how much they got their little fingers in the
Yeah,
gaming
because now they have
industry
the
because
console people and now they have like the Steam PC players.
yeah. Yeah, so now, yeah, and then that it's like because Sony doesn't have any PC players.
Exactly.
It's all their own, console. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Sony still has the games,
They're doing
the
fine,
fan
but
base, the following. Like they're doing fine. It's just that I think it's very interesting how aggressive Microsoft has been. So I don't know if this is like a good thing on the whole, or if this is just another way to get into I guess more a bigger stronghold into gaming. I guess.
it's just interesting though because Microsoft's doing like these huge choices and
Hmm.
Sony's just kind of like, "Hey guys, PS5s are coming out
What's
still."
up?
Like we're still working on the PS5. Cuz like I feel like
Yeah,
if this does happen, it's like Sony has to do something. Otherwise, you're just going to become like irrelevant.
I
Like
think I
this.
think Sony it might end up doing kind of like a Nintendo and just be there.
I
I
guess that's
hopefully
fine.
not.
Stop
But
making
I
movies. How about
really
that? PlayStation.
like. I don't know. I want Sony to be a little bit more active because it felt like Sony for the at least during the PlayStation 4 and towards the end of the PS3 era was
Mm-hmm.
really active in making the money moves and
Yep.
that paid in dividends. And then I think they got complacent and then now Microsoft is like, okay, we're going to be making the money moves now. And then
Hmm.
of course, maybe a few years down the line when Sony feels like they're falling behind, they're going to go, okay, let's start making the money moves again and it's just a back and forth that goes
They buy
along.
Microsoft. That'd be
No,
hilarious.
you're no one's good. No one can buy Microsoft. There's no way that. Yeah, yeah. I don't know how you would even. Yeah, but I don't know. I just think it's kind of interesting. I guess I want to know what's people's perspective on this because it's something that could be valuable for a lot of people because a lot of people like Game Passes. I'm a
Hmm.
fan of the Xbox Game Pass. I think it's a fairly good service, a good product, especially when you can get it on sale sometimes for like
A
a
dollar.
dollar 99 a month or like a couple bucks. It's
Hmm.
basically worth it. Um, yeah, they switch out the games here and now, here and there, but for the most part, you don't have to worry about just the games just getting deleted like out of
Hmm.
nowhere. They usually give you a good amount of warning and they're on there for a good amount of time. But yeah, I don't know. I thought just that was really interesting and kind of wanted to get your thoughts. But
I don't think it'll go through though. I feel like that's
you think it's gonna drop? You think it's just
I
gonna
think
die, like
so. I
dead
mean,
in
I
the
don't know
water?
because even Valve's like gonna fix Elden Ring instead of From Software, so like, I mean, anything's possible at this
I just
point.
want Valve to like start making games again. Like that's
Yeah,
what we need
Half
them to
Life Three,
do. But
please. You guys remember that?
I mean, that's
Anybody?
remember that was such a big meme, dude. It's like Half-Life 3 confirmed and like all these things, and people would
I
do all
guess
this
everyone
like
got tired of waiting,
speculation.
probably. They're
And then
like, you know
like
what?
yeah,
It's
like
not coming
everyone's
out.
like yeah, no. But yeah, so to kind of move on to some more news. Call of Duty. I've been I've been giving a little bit of praise to Call of Duty lately,
Yes.
and
Are you feeling
so
okay?
hopefully they don't start screwing up again. But something that I like, and I brought this up just for the fact that I want to complain about Halo for the
Did you
millionth
see
time
me
on this
ranting
podcast.
about Halo when you were at camping?
Oh, I probably didn't see that, so
Okay.
you'll probably be
Okay. Yeah. But go
rant
ahead.
after
Yeah.
this. But
Yeah. Go ahead. Go
so
ahead.
Call of Duty will be implementing punishments for quitting a ranked match.
Yep.
While that should have been in the game in the first place,
Oh
you
man.
know, 343 Industries and pretty much every large gaming company ever. I wish that game. I'm sorry. I wish Halo and Call of would kind of follow Call of Duty steps in this last few kind of like, I guess, decisions.
Yep.
They're essentially penalizing. Well, I should take a step back. So a developer confirmed this, that stating that disconnect penalties are coming, and that skill rating will be affected if you do it repeatedly.
Yes.
So they confirmed it like in a tweet. Someone asked them,
I
and
think it
then
went through
they
already. To be honest.
yeah, so they're probably already getting that in. But I think this is a really good step because I know you've been bringing up, hey, we should do ranked Call of Duty, or not ranked
Mm-hmm.
Call of Duty also, but like Warzone. We should try
Mm-hmm.
Warzone and stuff like
Yep.
that. And I used to play that pretty actively, but it's just like all the cheaters and the hackers, and it's just like, bro, it's not even fun anymore because it's not fair. But they're looking to try to bring that back. Of course, I just wish we can get this for Halo. Why can't we get this for Halo? They were saying, oh well, there's gonna be some anti cheat,
That's some
and
BS.
it's just like, I don't know. But you know, Fen, I'll let you do your little rant because I missed out on it.
Okay, I think it was Saturday when I was playing, and we were doing placements with Mercedes for solo duo.
Hmm.
4 matches, people left. Maybe one was a
Yeah.
disconnect, but 3 just because we're like losing like maybe in the first like minute. But of course, you
Hmm.
can still come back. Gone. And then
Yeah.
and I got disconnected for whatever reason. Mercedes got disconnected for whatever reason, and it still counts as a match.
Yeah.
So and Halo, I was like about to uninstall Halo because when this game is, again, it's supposed to be a live service, new update, anti cheat. They fix the servers, and it's like everyone's disconnecting. Everyone can still leave without getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And Call of Duty is over here is like, hey, you might have hated our game in the beginning, but guess what? Everyone's coming back.
They're actively taking steps to improve the game, which is good. I
Yep.
just wish Halo would kind of be a little bit more hasty, or not even haste, like just speed up the process a little bit. Most people have left. I mean, just look how it's crippled Battlefield right now, right? Their newest Battlefield was it
Yeah.
2042, whatever it is.
Hmm.
Look how it crippled them, dude. I think someone said there's like less than 4,000 players active on Steam,
For
right? Like the game's
Battlefield.
for Battlefield,
Uh
yeah.
huh.
It's just dead. I mean, don't take that as 100% confirmation. I just remember someone saying like it's just basically dead. Not sure if it's over exaggeration, but
Oh my,
point
Halo's
being
dead.
said, like yeah, Halo's dying. It's gonna go the way of Battlefield. Battlefield is barely taking any sort of fault
Yeah,
or
yeah.
just
They blamed who? They
recognizing
blame
that.
EA and Halo. Stupid Battlefield.
Yeah, and I think it's not very good. Where the direction like they're going, I think this is very bad. I don't want Halo to go into this direction because of course they're not going to be working on another Halo game anytime soon, so that's all we're going to get. and I don't want it to die.
Me
I
neither,
I
but
hope that they start kind of, and usually Call of Duty historically has taken notes from Battlefield, right?
yeah.
A lot of people saw Call of Duty as the little brother, the kid version of Battlefield, right? The real men played Battlefield, the kids played Call of Duty. And now it seems like
No
no
one
one's
plays
playing
Battlefield
Battlefield. Call of Duty is pretty much reigning supreme
by
among
like
everyone.
a large margin.
Another large FPS game is, I mean, it's just like Apex
Yeah, that's
and
pretty
like
much it.
Fortnite, but that's like those are like shooters and those are exclusively battle royales.
Yeah,
In terms of like your traditional FPS multiplayer game, it's pretty
sandboxy.
much
Yep.
Call of Duty, and then like like some smaller, like more realistic games on Steam.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to say, but it seems like as much as I don't like what Call of Duty was doing for the past few times, the past few years, and a couple decisions they've made, it seems like they're trying to do a little bit better, mainly when it comes to Warzone. We'll see when they put out, was it
Modern
Modern
Warfare
Warfare
2.
2?
Yep.
But that's not coming this year,
It's
right?
this year.
That's coming. Oh, is it this year?
It's so
Okay, because
okay.
I
So
know
yeah,
they.
I wanted to see if you're gonna bring that up. So what they're doing is they're gonna release Modern Warfare 2 this year, and
Hmm.
then they're gonna skip next year.
Okay, yes, I
Yeah.
wasn't
So
sure if it was reversed, but yeah. So
which has my
I don't
high
know.
hopes.
I don't know. I enjoy. I really liked Modern Warfare when I played it.
Mm-hmm.
I put a lot of hours into it. I just don't know. I don't know what. It's hard to live up to Modern Warfare 2's legendary status, and I don't know if a lot of
Mm-hmm.
people are gonna be happy with that. I'm probably not gonna be happy with it outright.
Yeah.
But I've always been a harsh critic of Call of Duty, Battlefield, pretty much like the largest games that
Mm-hmm.
come out. I'm always very critical of. But I don't know. I have to give Call of Duty its praises because I know a while back you can probably find it where it's like, is Battlefield going to be the savior of the FPS genre? And nope, they're not. They're not. They really aren't. And because I loved Battlefield One. I know a lot of people didn't even like it back then. But you had, of course, all the other Battlefield games are good. But I remember playing Battlefield One the most.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was the one that I put a lot of hours in. And there's more people playing Battlefield 5 and that was an atrocious launch too. They absolutely butchered Battlefield 5 as well. But even then, that still has more players than their current Battlefield 2042. And it seems like since Battlefield 1, even Battlefield 1, if you go back, a lot of people were complaining about it, but it had a
Mm-hmm.
decent enough launch. More people are playing those older games than they are playing the newer one. And I'm not sure if it's just a shift in culture when it comes to making these games, if the companies just don't care and they're lazy. Well, companies never care, or they're always going to take the shortcut. But you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah.
people in these management positions or leadership positions, like because like if they would just give what the players want, they'd make more money. They'd get all the DLC, people like everybody would buy into it. That's
Mm-hmm.
the thing.
Yep. But see, like
I
that's
don't get
that's
it.
also the thing. People would still buy it even though it sucked. But like now,
Yeah.
I think again, Call of Duty is the only one where they're like replying to tweets, sending out hot fixes like weekly,
Hmm.
fixing all the issues as fast as they
Hmm.
can, constant
I don't even like
communication.
Vanguard. I don't even think it's a good game. I just think the way they're handling it is a lot better
Is
and a
so
lot more
good. Yeah.
professional than 90% of like games,
Yeah.
AAA games.
Like
And,
what do we
and the
get
thing
from
is
Halo?
yeah, we got one update. Everyone was disappointed, and then they banned Lucid because he complained. Well, we're not.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's why they actually did it, but that's what a lot of people are speculating. But like, yeah, it's like all the professionals and all the big streamers, they're complaining and screaming
Mm-hmm.
like that Halo is like, what are they doing? They're butchering the game. They don't care, and then they went on vacation, and I get it. They have to take their breaks to the people that work there, but
It's been 2 months now, almost three since their vacation.
Microsoft isn't poor, okay? They're not. Their pockets aren't
Exactly.
hurting.
Yes. Come
They can
on.
hire some people temporary, outsource it. I don't know, do something, man.
This is
And,
like
and,
their
and I wish they
biggest
would
like
just.
name game too, and they're doing nothing.
Yeah, Halo is like the main flagship of like Microsoft, right?
Yeah,
Anything Microsoft related is Halo related, and anything Halo related is Microsoft related.
exactly.
And that's the thing. And while Microsoft is making these big sweeping moves, it seems like they're. I mean, this is 343, and I don't know how much Microsoft is breathing down, 343 Industries,
Mm-hmm.
neck, but I don't know. It just seems like they're kind of forgetting things, and it just I don't know. There's some I just don't like it. It's not fun. You can't tell me that like with Vampire Survivors, a 3.99 game is giving me more enjoyment than a lot of these AAA games.
Yeah. Then a game
And
that's been
so
out for like 12 years and has a history. It's like I don't want to
mhm.
play it.
Yeah, and like, cause we're getting pretty frustrated with Halo. We've been playing Halo for quite a few months. I mean, we
Yeah.
put over 100 hours.
Yeah.
I think I'm approaching 150 hours into the game,
Yep.
and it's getting kind of tiring. And we don't play it all day too. We play it every other day for like 2 to 3 hours. It's not like we're grinding this game.
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, yeah, no, this is getting boring. And it's like we loved rank. We pretty much always play rank, but it's just the other game modes are just bad
Yeah.
or they're butchered in some way. Fiesta's frustrating to play, and then the game modes that are in ranked mode or something like that, like
Mm-hmm.
capture the flag, it's just like everyone leaves, so then you
Yeah.
can't
It's
even play a
so
proper game.
annoying.
You
Three
go
maps
down by 1 point, and then they just leave,
with
and
10
it's just
minutes
like,
still left
bro,
over. It's like, come on, you
it's like,
losers.
yeah, and then it's like there needs to be punishments for that kind of thing. So hopefully, Call of Duty implementing this. Hopefully, some other devs kind of look into it, see how it affects them, and go, you know what, we should implement this in our game because man, if I had a nickel for every time someone's left in Halo, shoot,
We'd be in
at this point,
Cancun
I
right
just
now.
I can just yeah, buy the company at this point. But like, it's just ridiculous. So hopefully, this kind of like I don't know. Hopefully, more people kind of follow Call of Duty's lead in this regard. I'm still critical of them in many regards, but at least in this regard, just please some anti cheat and just some sort of punishment for rank. And yeah, it's
Like
just
I
that's all
said,
I
okay,
want.
Elden Ring has anti cheat. Halo doesn't. Somebody explain that to me. And like stuff like that just makes me want to like uninstall Halo because there's no point in playing this game anymore. Like right
Yeah,
now,
like it.
21 minutes ago, 9,000 people were playing right now.
Yeah,
And it's like
like
even the
it's
pros are complaining. They had to like GA
yeah,
the Mangler. And like, hello devs, where are you? Bing bong. Like,
yeah.
come on.
Like the sword is ridiculous, dude.
Yes.
Like the grappling hook and all this stuff needs to be nerfed. There's a lot of stuff that needs to kind of change a little bit, and I'm fine even if it's just not nerfing. It's just like
Rebalance,
balancing at
yeah,
least.
rebalance it.
Yeah, just rebalance. You don't even have to nerf things. Just either make things more powerful or find a way where that they're just not as effective combos because since they've added things like the sword and then you have the grappling hook, it's just you see the players get ganked and then they're just
Yep.
done. They're like
Yep.
you see it
And then
like
they
they're just
uninstall the
done. They're
game.
just yeah,
It's
and
like,
it's like, all right, like you can go across the map, and then with the sword, and then you got Commando Pro, and then
yep.
and that's it. You're done.
But don't worry, if you hit him in
Yeah,
the back, it still won't get detected.
yeah, yeah. So as much as we rag on Halo, we just want it to be a good game. Not everything we say is probably the right decision to go with, but at least just certain things like just implementing anti-cheat. But then there's only 9,000 players, so there's probably only gonna be like
Fourth.
4,000 left after that.
It's,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
but like I think if they
It-
have the anti cheat, more people will play. But at the same
yeah.
time, I
So
don't know. It's stupid.
yeah, they did they all their updates to Halo was just monetization wise. That's the only update they've done.
Yep.
So either they were anticipating for Halo to crash and burn like this, they wanted to milk it as much as they can and just leave, or they weren't anticipating this. And I don't really know what to believe.
They're wrong either way.
Yeah, but they're
That's all
wrong
I'm
either way.
saying.
And
Either
then,
way.
of course, more depressing news. More depressing news is just that basically that there's been a hack at Nvidia. And so I thought this was kind of interesting because I know we've been talking a lot about crypto and
Mm-hmm.
gaming and NFTs. Like, does it belong there? What are we doing here? And so there was a hacker group, and they went and attacked Nvidia servers. So they got
Oh,
about a terabyte worth of data,
yikes.
and so they're saying that they're going to release it unless Nvidia removes the mining limiter, which limits the hash rate
Mm-hmm.
of Ethereum mining. And
Mm-hmm.
Ethereum, of course, is a popular excuse me, cryptocurrency, and it's you have so like people are using the GPUs to mine this cryptocurrency, but Nvidia, in order to kind of limit this and pull back on the amount of miners that are buying these strictly for mining,
Mm-hmm.
rather than allowing
Consumers.
gamers or computer enthusiasts,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, consume the average consumer who's not looking into mining, to be able to put them in their computer and actually use them for something besides mining. And I think this is interesting because they just want to remove the limiter. That's what the hackers are asking for,
Hmm.
because they have not been able to crack it. Which,
Props to Nvidia.
props to Nvidia that the hackers attack them directly rather than trying to crack the limiter. They've been able to sort of crack the limiter. So
Mm-hmm.
they just basically slow down the hashing rate. So essentially, what they're doing is just slowing down how fast things can be mined. And at
Hmm.
that point, it's not really worth it to them to buy it. And so, which is interesting, which why they're doing this now when we're supposed to get Ethereum 2.0, which is going to move to proof of stake rather than proof of work. So they're not going to need it in like a year. I mean, I guess like you're losing out on like a year's profit, I guess.
Yeah, but
But
just
it's
wait till
like
next year.
it's one of those things like, all right, I get it. I guess I respect the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
And they're saying that they're doing this to help, and in order to help miners and gamers alike. Even though I don't know, I think gamers are actually against miners buying up
Yeah.
like 10 GPUs at a time,
Yeah.
and when all you need is just one to run whatever you need, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
When you're in for games. So I don't know how this really affects gamers. I think most people would be on Nvidia's side. But I think also too, it's just I'm kind of 50-50 on it, because I don't think Nvidia should be purposely changing the stuff, limiting what the GPU can do and can't do arbitrarily. But at the same time, I understand the frustration, like, cause just trying to get my computer right. Like, I'm trying to find a GPU because all the miners keep hogging it up.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of time, really. Eventually, all those GPUs are going to be worthless, or I guess you just switch over to Bitcoin mining or some other proof of work cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
But Ethereum is like one of the more profitable ones and popular ones. So when they're going to be switching over, I wonder if it was really worth it to them. I think it'd be kind of interesting, but I don't know. It's just kind of interesting that they had to attack Nvidia because they couldn't crack the code or whatever they did.
So does AMD like
To
not have this problem or?
I don't think AMD has done the hash limiter, or if they I don't know if they have or not, but I just know Nvidia was targeted for this specifically,
Hmm.
because since I think because they made it like a big deal, that they're kind of like, because I remember them a while back, they were announcing like, oh yeah, we're gonna try to fight like people trying to just use these things for mining and
Yeah.
this and
Right.
that.
Right.
And so I think now this is kind of like the repercussions of that.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that there was also like another article that was talking about how people were trying to remove that limiter,
Mm-hmm.
and there was like a GitHub repo or something like that. People would download the code. It was actually malware. People don't really know what the
Oh yeah, I
malware
heard
did.
about
Some people
yeah.
said that it would allow you to, it would mine, right? But they would
Mm-hmm.
just take your crypto instead, or steal your wallet, or you know, uh, they were keeping like the key press logs or whatever it is. And so we don't really know what it was, but
Hmm.
the supposed workaround was just malware. So it seems like whatever they did, just I don't know. I gotta respect Nvidia for the hustle on somehow keeping
I
out
mean,
the
if they're stopping,
miners.
I feel safer now. Like I don't know, it's hackers. Just don't throw a fit. I don't know. Wait till next year, like you
I don't
said.
know. Yeah, like yeah, most likely. Well, we don't really know when we're getting Ethereum 2.0, but supposedly it's well, from what I understand, it's still kind of like up in the air when they're going to fully do it. But it's supposed to release later this year. But it's one of those things where it's like I don't know if there's still a 50-50 thing, or
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
yeah, it's just one of those things that I don't know. It's kind of interesting that like they've been doing that, and hopefully I don't know. I just want this chip shortage to go away, man.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like
Like,
these hackers are complaining, but it's like we can't even buy one. And how are they helping the gamers? Like I'm pretty sure the
Yeah, I
gamers
don't.
don't really care about like the mining stuff. They care
Yeah.
more about like, hey, you guys are buying these and we can't buy it to play our games. Like
Hmm.
it's kind of lopsided, but what do I know? I'm just a gamer.
What do we know, right?
I'm just a gamer.
We're just some dudes in our room talking about
Literally
nonsense, right?
trying not to get COVID. That's all we're doing.
Yep. But that's kind of, I don't know. That's kind of all what we got for today. Kind of, wrap up our thoughts here. A lot of stuff. Looking forward to Pokemon, Morbius. Still caution, but I
We'll see.
hopefully that we can. Hopefully it's good, and we can all come together and be like, "Wow, this is a good game." Game Pass for the PC. Let us know what you guys thought.
Hmm.
Like, do you think it's a good idea?
I'm 50-50
Or
on
do
that
you
one.
think it should ban? Yeah, I don't know. I can be swayed either way. So I'd
Hmm.
be interested to see what people say. Call of Duty. As much as I hate Call of Duty, I have to applaud them for what they're doing. Yeah, and then the Nvidia being hacked thing. I mean, I
A
guess
plot on
LOL.
Nvidia
I guess.
again.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
Giga
but
Chat right there.
but anyways, though, uh, we appreciate you guys listening all the way to the end. If you want to, hang out with us some more, we also stream. Of course, we're complaining about Halo, so we'll be playing Halo most likely still.
Yep.
Um, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, around 3 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. Yeah, I guess just figure it out. Just look up what the converter is for your region. I don't know what to tell you, buddy. But yeah, if you enjoyed everything, really would appreciate a like and a follow. And yeah, I think that's it for us. I think we'll be signing off.
Peace.